Last episode, you built retrieval. You found the few passages that actually answer a question, but you never asked the model anything. Today, we close the loop. We hand those passages to the LLM and get a real answer back, grounded in your own documents, with a citation for every claim and honest enough to say, I don't know, when the answer simply isn't there.
This is the full RAG loop, and it's 3 steps. Retrieve. Embed the question and pull back the top passages, exactly like last episode. Augment. Take those passages and paste them into the prompt as the only source the model is allowed to use. Generate. Call the language model, and it writes the answer from that context. Retrieve, augment, generate. That's literally what the 3 letters in RAG stand for. The retrieval you already have. Today we add the augment and the generate. The magic is grounding, and it lives entirely in the system prompt. We give the model 3 rules. 1. Answer using only the context passages we provide, never your own memory. 2. Cite the source file in square brackets after each fact, so every claim is traceable back to a document. And 3. If the answer isn't in the context, say plainly, I don't know based on the provided documents. That 3rd rule is the one that matters most. It's what stops the model from making things up. Grounded, cited, and willing to admit when it doesn't know.
So in this episode, we have the same gateway as before. Nothing will be changed in our gateway. So let's just run it. The most important part happens in our client. What we want to do here, we had the retrieve in the last episode, but now we have 2 new parts. Augment, put those retrieved or found relevant information into our prompt or input as context, and generate the answer using LLM. So we have again our documents we have. Retrieve part is the same as before. Embed, similarity, chunking, putting everything into a list instead of a database here, just for our tutorial. And we have a system prompt that we defined how it should behave. You answer questions using only the context passages provided. Each passage is tagged with its source file, like limits.md. Cite the source file in square brackets after each fact you use. If the answer is not in the context, reply exactly. I don't know based on the provided documents. Do not use outside knowledge. And we add a function called answer. It should first retrieve the relevant information based on our function we wrote using the query, the question, and documents. Then it should create the context for our function or calling using the most relevant information. And then on generate, it will pass both the context, system prompt, and the question to the LLM. And then we will print out the question, result, and the context we retrieved from the documents. So let's run it and see what we get.
And that's the whole RAG loop, end to end. Retrieve the right passages, augment the prompt with them, and generate an answer that's grounded in your docs and cites its sources. And that says, I don't know, instead of hallucinating. That's the difference between a demo and something you can actually trust. Next episode, we make it better. Smarter chunking, re-ranking the results, and how to evaluate whether the answers are actually right. If this helped, like and subscribe. The code's in the description. See you there.